Right, so I'll ask you a question to start with. How many people here have a list of things which you know, as soon as you go back to your business, you will start implementing them and they will have an impact on your business? Let's raise hands. Okay, nice. I have just one aim of my presentation here, that I am able to add at least a few points to that list. Let's see. So I'll take you through my story very quickly, what I have done in the past, so that all the tips and tricks and hacks I'm going to talk about, scaling up an agency, talking about softwares, everything is kind of correlated, things which I have experienced and done in my life. So it all started back in 2004. I was 18 years old then. I had to work on this dial-up connection. I don't know if any of you have worked on it. I still remember, to download Dreamweaver, which was 100 MB software, it took me a week, and a download accelerator. It was for a college project. This is a screenshot of my first website from Web Archive back in 2004. This is the second version of the website, actually. So I built this website for a school project. I was into fitness back then. I still am, but it doesn't look like I know. So I built it. I thought, let me explore more, let me try and get traffic. Discovered SEO, figured out how to, build links, do optimization. During the process, used to talk to a lot of people, made friends online, started getting clients through those connects, because what I was doing, it kind of, a lot of people wanted the same kind of results. By 2007, I had a big array of sites dominating multiple niches. We would have 5, 6, 7 websites, beauty, fitness, there were at least 10 different niches which we would dominate the top 5. We were making tens of thousands of dollars through my own websites, plus we had a lot of clients. At that point, it was mainly outsourcing. We used to work with web.com in the US, one of the biggest agencies in UK, Click, Consult, a few clients in Australia. What do I do next? I started looking at investing the money. I bought this website from Rubin Brothers in 2008. It was a Microsoft Excel related website. It used to get 6,000 unique visitors in 2008. And in a couple of years, that website was getting 100,000 unique visitors a day. It is a user I'll talk more about what I did with the website later in my presentation, how that happened. But we increased it to 100,000, and interestingly, these Rubin brothers, Roy Rubin and Joseph Rubin, they're like, Vaibhav, we are selling our website because we want to build an open source e-commerce platform. I'm like, yeah, fine, whatever. Any guesses what that open source e-commerce platform was called? Nope. Magento. So I wish I took some equity in that company. They sold for $180 million in less than 3 years after this. Then what do I do next? I thought, fine, things are going well. Let me launch my own brand, and I launched SEO Next. In the UK, we started. This was 2008-9, late 2008, early 2009. We scaled up. By 2010, we had £2 million turnover in the UK. By 2012, then we launched US. So in the UK, we had a 20 people team doing SEO, doing client management. US, we had a team of 30 people, and we launched Australia. And it was all integrated with the backend team in India, everything so people would talk to the clients, and the teams in the US, UK would talk to the clients and do sales, and everything was being managed in a very integrated manner. We rebranded SEO Next to Digital Next, bought one of the biggest competitors we had in the market, Just Search, and sold the company in 2013. Then I thought, what next? Software always excited me, and got into SaaS, RankWatch. SEO has been my passion ever since. Like, I've lived, eaten, slept SEO over the last 14 years. So it was very obvious, what kind of software. My brother also joined in, and like he actually took lead on this, and I was always there supporting him. So we built RankWatch. Then we also built another software called NotifyFox. It's a browser push notification software. These days you see a lot of people trying to send notifications. It's an alternate to email. And we built a software which manages an end-to-end agency process. I'll talk a little more about this later, like what Jason is trying to do through Trello and stuff. We've built a software which does similar things, everything from end to end. And last year I tried a little bit affiliate marketing, and it worked well for me. So that's just on the side, like some free time, and because the skills are the same, SEO, PPC, just using the same skills. So what worked? For SEO Next, Digital Next, getting clients, we did everything. We did emails, cold calls. We used to rank on page 1 of Google for the single keyword SEO as well. Being an SEO company, you have to kind of, show people.
What URL is it?
seonext.co.uk. That's in the UK. Now this particular email, it's the subject is, I'll just take you through it. The subject says a friendly heads up for URL name, and then it says, hey, my name is this and this, I work for this company, and I saw a small flaw in your website, that your website has a canonical URL issue. Now then we explain them what exactly the issue is. We say, okay, this and this URL of your website have the issue, and no one ever said that this email is automated, not even one person ever. And because there's so many variables in the in the email, we use 2 different URLs which have the exact issue. So people never really figured out. And then so that was the hook. Then we established trust with those people. We wrote a blog post on our website where we explained the issue, we explained how to correct the issue, and in the email as well, we just told them how they can correct the issue by doing a 301 redirect from this URL to this URL, and that's it. And we got a $500 million turnover company, Zoho. We got them as a client. This is the exact email which they sent to us, and a lot of other emails. Like we used to get tens of leads every single day by doing only 100 to 200 emails. We were not spamming, we were not mass spamming. But now what we should do today, this was 2010, 11, 12, 5 years back. Today, the marketing world has evolved. So we should not just email, we should do a lot more. Built With is a very nice software. So what I'm talking about is account-based marketing. Just kind of touched on the subject, but this is the way we do it now. So we build a list of people who we want to target. So Built With would tell you websites on the basis of keywords, on the basis of any of the softwares they're using on the website. We use LinkedIn Sales Navigator. So with Built With, so like in this example, I have all the websites which have injury lawyers as a keyword. Now, on top of this, I can add, say, I want to have websites which have injury lawyers and they should be spending $500 per month on AdWords, or they're using VWO, or they're using this and this software on their website. So that would really make the list of people very targeted. LinkedIn Sales Navigator, I'm sure a lot of people know how to use it, but that's another good way of, so you find the websites, you find the people who work for those companies through LinkedIn. There are three main softwares, three main tools. So then you find the emails. There are three tools, hunter.io, findthatlead.com, and Voila Norbert. Okay, so Hunter would tell you, if you put in the domain name, it'll crawl the web and it will tell you all the email addresses which exist on the web for that particular domain name. Voila Norbert and Find That Lead will tell you what are the different, like, so if in the last step we had the name and the domain from LinkedIn and from Built With, you put the name and the domain name in Voila Norbert or Find That Lead, it'll tell you the exact email address. What it does is it matches all the permutations and combinations. We've built our own software. We have not yet launched it. People in this room, if you want access, just send me an email. I'll be more than happy to give you access to the software. It's called Omegafy. It does those two things, and it also tests the bounce emails. Like if you have to do a mass outreach, you have to make sure there are no hard bounces. So it would also check your email list for hard bounces. Then you have the email list. Facebook, AdWords, even LinkedIn now provide you the facility to upload your list and target those people. And do not be very salesy in your pitch. Do normal marketing. Push good content. Things which these people cannot deny. Like, you know, if I am a lawyer, I would want 10 steps on doing awesome legal marketing, 10 tricks of making my legal practice awesome. So things like that, and then get them to opt in, get them to come on your website, use remarketing after that, and still send out emails, still do the cold calling, but after warming up those leads, after nurturing the leads. So that would be the perfect process of account-based marketing, which I think we should all follow. The next thing I'm going to talk about is, now this particular technique will give your website or your client's websites more and more traffic instantaneously. You do it now, in the next day, 2 days, 3 days, you'll see impact. All you have to, so on the left hand side, these are the average CTRs. Don't go by this chart, it's very off because this is generic across all niches and everything. It varies a lot depending on the niche, whether, you know, the number of ads which are showing, also on the basis of whether or not there are Google locals, if, you know, some of the ads have rich content. But the way you should do it is in the search analytics, in the search console, go to the search analytics report and click on all the options, clicks, impressions, CTR, and position. And what you then do is you arrange these keywords by position. And then you see for your own website, what are the different keywords and what kind of CTR they are getting. And you see the keywords which have lesser CTR as compared to the other keywords, and optimize the title and the meta description. One very important thing, do not do this independently, like do not do it for just one keyword, because what you'll end up doing is you'll optimize your website for one keyword, but you'll de-optimize your website for a lot of other keywords. What you should do is you should see all the keywords which a given page is ranking for and the CTRs, collect them together, and then do this optimization, so that you know that these are the 10 keywords you have to optimize your titles and your meta descriptions for. We are trying to, in RankWatch, we are trying to build a small module which would automate this process. Hopefully in the next couple of months we should be able to launch it. Now, the next thing I'm going to talk about, I'm sure everyone knows about broken link building, but no one does it. Why? It's too hard, too much time consuming. How do you crawl the web and find dead links on the entire web? It's just too difficult. Now, I'm going to talk about tricks through which you can easily and quickly do broken link building. Now, the first thing is Wikipedia. It's like the biggest collection of best information on the internet, and they tell you exactly the links on their website, which are, so below every article they'll have a list of links from where they pulled the information. And as you can see on number 12, it says permanent dead link. All you have to do is in Google, do this search site : Wikipedia, then put your keyword, whatever niche you want to target, and put in quotes dead links, and you'll get a list of all the pages which have dead links in that particular niche. So
I didn't know that.
that'll give you.
I'm gonna give you a drink. I like that.
Thank you. Yeah. So do that. Then after that, use Majestic or Hrefs or RankWatch to find all the links which are pointing to that page. So now, does anyone not know what broken link building is? You don't? So basically, you have one page on your website, or one page which does not exist anymore, and there are all the links which are pointing to that page. Because that page does not exist, you talk to all these people who are linking to this page to link to another page, because that page does not exist anymore. So once you find the links to this page which is broken, which you found through Wikipedia, approach all the other pages. So now, people also spend a lot of time building that page which is broken, trying to write content, but why? We have this great resource called archive.org. Just go to archive and see what was the old page like, and just use that content on your own site. Build that page, approach all the people, and this method gives you the best possible links on pages which have been ranking, pages which are old, because these are pages which have links on Wikipedia. Now Wikipedia gets syndicated across the web. So many other people just use the links on Wikipedia. This gives an awesome amount of links in very short time. Another way of doing this is through Href. They give you the broken links for any website. So you put the website in Ahref and it'll tell you all the broken links to that website. Do it for any good authority website, do it for your competitors, do it for anyone. What happens is, a lot of times during site migration, people do not migrate, do not redirect all the pages well. People just leave pages out there, so websites die. So all those things can be taken, you can find pages through Hrefs which will then, you can send. This is the email template which works well for us, and it's very simple. It just works.
Oh, wait, go ahead. I mean, I know we're going to get it, but
Right. Next thing is guest posting. Again, everyone knows about guest posting, but here I'm going to talk about how, because we do it at scale. We have at this point around 23,000 proper websites. We have active relationships with around 5,500 people. All What we do is, so I love having assembly lines of processes. I cannot have a process in my organization which is not happening in an assembly line method. So now we have a team which only does the research. They find websites in a given niche, put it in the tool. If it exists, they'll have to find more. They have a target of finding new websites in a given niche every single day. This is again not very clear, but so first column is the name, then the website, then the industry. Then the important thing here is we pull in all that data, the DA, the CF, the TF. More importantly, now people just stop there. More importantly, we should look at the SEM rush score of a given website, because, so as you can see, the website number 4 or number 3 has a DA of 46. It has TF and CF of 30, but they have 0 keywords which they are ranking for. Now that is not a website you want your link to be on. So
what site is this?
Which one? The
whole thing.
the whole thing is our own custom dashboard. So
Right watch?
no. That's something which we use for our agencies. Now Clint has suggested me that we productize it as well. So let's see if we do end up doing that. So yeah, and then after that we have a team which negotiates. So then the first team searches, the second team writes great content, writes great headlines for all those people, and then after that they send those emails. Some people in some niches will ask you for money. Now, when someone asks for money, what do? I'm from India. We love negotiating, right? So we have a team which negotiates after that with every single person directly, because they're asking for money. Money means negotiate. You know, that's how. Right. So, and how do they negotiate? First, the same persona through which we have sent the email will try and negotiate. Then, in a few days, we'll have a different persona, different person who will email and quote a lesser price and see. And so every time we are able to get 30-40% less price. But again, I do not prefer paying for links at all, but certain niches you will not get, like gambling, and in some niches you will have to pay. Also, as you can see, all these sites are star marked. So even internally, you know, our teams cannot see the websites. All they have to do is click, and then the website appears, just to protect data. I do not want my data is everything. I do not want that data to be accessible to everyone. Even within the organization, it should be kind of controlled. So I'll show you more things which we do to kind of protect the data. First thing we do is, now this all the examples I'm giving are our own examples. So first thing we do in the emails is we talk about why we are trying to get in touch. And one thing which I've seen works really well in the emails is humor. People respond to, we test everything. We test multiple templates. We do a lot of testing. So nothing has worked better than when we try to add some humor to the emails. We give exactly the kind of topics. So we do a lot of research before we send every email, and we tell them the exact topics which we are going to write on, with a small description of what exactly will be there in that particular article, so that it becomes clear, and we are able to get links on some of the top websites in any niche, hands down, without paying for those links. Now this one is one of my favorites. This is an expert roundup, but we managed to get people like Rand Fishkin, Neil Patel, and almost like 25 best people in the SEO niche to participate. Now, why and how? I think, everyone likes to be a part of a group where, so for example, if I have Mark Zuckerberg in my roundup, I'm sure Richard Branson will say yes, and a lot of other top entrepreneurs will say yes. So fight hard for the first one, and then everyone else will just agree to participating. So I've termed it as ego bait. You like being part of that nice big group. So this one got like 2,000 plus shares, and
What year did you do that in?
this was 2015, I think.
15?
Yeah. So this is a long infographic, and we did custom design face graphics for each one of the people who participated in this as well. The next thing I'm going to talk about is fresh content. Now the website I showed you, the one I bought, the only thing, we did not build a single backlink to that website. So that traffic increase was not because of backlinks, it was because that was a real good website. It has over 1 million members, and even then it had like a few 100,000 members, thanks to Roy and Joseph's hard work. The tough thing about a community, it is a community, it is a forum, and all we did was some on page, and because the fresh content comes in every day, Google just loves that. So if you're able to build a community in your niche, nothing can get you better, more traffic. And what happens is all the keyword research, everything else doesn't matter, because here the people are doing all that for you. The questions people ask, what are those questions? They are the keywords which you want to rank for, because everyone else is searching for those keywords, those same keywords. So automatically every single day you get more and more and more good content added to your website. And talking about fresh content, do not leave your old pages. So if you build a page on your website today, every quarter go have, after obviously it starts ranking, go have a look at that page. Is it still ranking? If not, see why. Do you want to, is the content still relevant? Can you add something to that content? Are you getting comments, or like, is there any user interaction on that particular post? I talked about a small trick yesterday about changing dates. That works, but do not do that. Try and be as real as possible. Trust me, because see, if you apply a hack or a trick, that's very short term, short lived. Work for the longer game, try and update that content. Try and actually do what Google wants you to do. Add more fresh content, make that content look better. This one also, is something which can get you more traffic every single month. Just look at the keywords which are ranking on page 2, 3, and 4. You can do that using Search Console. We have a feature called Low Hanging Fruits in RankWatch, where we show all the keywords which are on page 2, 3, 4. Just target those keywords. I'm sure everyone knows how to, so I don't need to get into the details of how to target. Quora. Now, I know everyone knows Quora, but again, I think the way we approach Quora, there's a better way to approach Quora. So now, most of the people who are active on Quora, what they do is they go to Quora and look at the trending topics. They look at the questions which people are asking in that niche. Now, what happens? There is a spike in traffic right when you answer a trending topic, but it dies away because that topic is trending right now, but it does not stay trending always, that question, that topic. So now what you should do is find out all the keywords which Quora is ranking for on Google. Now this is an example of SEO related keywords. Now these are just 30 keywords, but all of these keywords, you can see the Quora URLs of these keywords, which so which are ranking on Google in the top 10, go answer these questions. They will get you very targeted traffic always till the time Quora keeps ranking, and Quora will keep ranking. In fact, these rankings keep on increasing. We have done a lot of testing where we've answered 50 questions which were trending, and we've answered 50 of these questions. In 3 to 6 months, this beats the other one hands down. Like, this will get you 50 times more traffic versus answering just the trending questions. And this technique can be repeated on any good forum, any good community website in your niche, not just Quora. Okay.
So I have a question about Quora. We use Quora a lot. Have you figured out how to gain the
Yeah.
funding part of it?
Yeah.
It used to be based on votes.
Yeah.
But we're not finding that anymore.
So she asked how to get to the top of Quora, how to get your answer to be as the best answer. Maybe the voting you're doing is not organic voting, like they're not real accounts, and maybe Quora got smarter. I'll tell you what people are doing, which works. There are groups on Facebook where a lot of people, real people having real accounts, just keep posting, and what happens is these groups have thousands and thousands of members. So maybe 30, 50, 100 of them will vote, and every time, these members are different. So that kind of works for a lot of people, and maybe what Flint is saying works. Again, you have to make sure your answer is good. You have to include images, you have to include tips, you have to include videos in your answer. What I like doing is having a link to something on our website to drive traffic through. That also works, but upvotes in the right manner will work. And okay, now this is one thing which is I was a little late in the morning, so I did not go through your complete presentation, but I kind of figured out you talked about similar things. I'll show what we do as a company, and perhaps if anyone is ever planning to build systems of their own, this will help, because these are systems. So now one thing I did not talk about is in 2013 we did scale SEO Next in the US, but then that crashed. We sold the UK and the Australia companies, but US was a separate entity, and that crashed badly because we did not have systems, and we scaled in 1.5 years from $0 to $3 million in turnover. So we did not have any process and it happened so quickly, and so much was going on that things started going down. And yes, Penguin and Panda did not help either. But if we did have these systems, we should have been able to, control and not at least let the company go under. Now, first things, interaction with clients. We used to use Basecamp back in the day. The big problem which we had with Basecamp was you have to create separate projects. You have to interact with your teams. You have to interact with clients. You have to interact with outsourcers. And you cannot do that all together. So you create 3 different projects, one for your outsourcing team, one for your clients, one for your internal team, and you look at everything. You go to one project, second project, third project. So in our own systems, we have just made it permission based. You can talk to whoever you want to talk to. If you want to see, you'll see everything in one view, but the client will only see his communication with his project manager. The outsourcer will only see his communication with the person he communicates with. Another thing which we have in here is, so all the work which happens, like all the activities which are happening, they get logged. The team which is working on those projects will log everything in the system. Now, when they log those activities, automatically everything gets added to a timeline in a project. So for example, in this particular project, again it's no, this is our own system, but I'm just showing it so that people, like tomorrow, like this will give ideas to a lot of people. If you want to build your own, because we have been building it since 2013 and it's always been work in progress, every single month we have 2-3 new features which get added to this based on what we feel is required. And this is what our agency, all the clients we have, this is the base system which everything works on end to end. So I'm just sharing it so that, hopefully some people can take ideas and maybe, use them and build their own. So yeah, so there's a project timeline which gets created based on the tasks which people are adding in. And for a client, he can see over there when the project got started, when the design was initiated, when the design was done. Like all these dots are actually things which are getting done, and then it shows the exact number of hours which are pulled from the other database where the team is entering the details of what they're doing every single day. So all the active tasks which are happening in the organization are shown with due dates, so that if anything goes beyond a certain time, we know quickly, we know what's being worked upon, what's completed, status of the project, who's working on the project, the client name, the exact task, everything is here. So now when the team, anyone works on anything at all, they have to enter on a daily basis what they do, how many hours they spend, and it's all linked. It's linked to the billing, it's linked to the project management, it's linked to invoicing. Everything happens almost on the fly with no interference of a human being. It's all automated, only the people have to work. Then there's a quality team which we have. Now this has really helped. Every project, every client communication, even if it is a phone call, gets audited. It takes time, but if you make it clockwork, it just keeps on happening. The way we do it is we have all these parameters. Every client every month gets audited, the communication, the work, and on these parameters there's this scoring which happens, and whether the parameter was followed or not, and what score they got. So this is the maximum score and this is what they achieved. And what this comes out as is, so these are people who are working and their performance is rated. Now this rating is one from our quality team. Second, the clients also rate. Like in Uber, after every single trip, you rate your driver. Similarly, after every single project, you rate the project manager, you rate the communication with the team, you rate whether you're happy and satisfied with what you've done. And so every single client project is rated and every single person is rated. Now what this does is, so the best thing, now Excel site, UG content I talked about, and there's a correlation, and that correlation is gamification. Now, everyone in our team, they don't care about anything else. All they care, now they see their score. We have this thing called as employee of the month, employee of the quarter. All they care about is how many stars they have. They're fighting every single day. They're working late. They're working hard. They're working well, just to make sure they get those stars. And yeah, they get rewarded obviously at the end of the month, whoever has the maximum stars, and it really works. And it's psychology. It's amazing what this one thing can do to your business if it is implemented. And again, do not just think about it here. Like see other areas of your business where you can perhaps implement these things. And there's a single dashboard where everything is there. Every single thing which is happening in all the projects. Now, again, you can't see here, but this said 2 minutes ago, 3 minutes ago, 5 minutes ago, someone did something, a client replied, some changes were done, everything which is happening in the company. And this is like 45 minutes of updates. So if someone has to just get an overview, all you need to do is just look at this particular dashboard and you'll see what's happening in your company. Even the sales are integrated. So the number of leads, the follow-ups. Now, whatever way you do sales is different, but a lead comes in. Now, even the lead, nurturing is happening through the same system. Lead comes in. Now it gets assigned. Now we also follow the fronter-closer model. So a team initiates after nurturing. The team would initiate the contact, like the process of getting in touch, and then another team, after it's warm, the closing team will take over. All the follow-ups are here. The next follow-up date is there. All the things which are happening with the lead will also be in there. Now, what happens is you can convert it to a client when you have so this is integrated to the other system. As soon as the client says, okay, I'm ready, you just press convert to client. The invoicing is sent through this. It's connected with PayPal and banking APIs. Everything is on. So there's no accounting team which is managing all the invoicing. It is the system which manages and makes sure all the clients are paying on time. And we have a lot of tools which are inbuilt into it as well. There's so many tools which have APIs. We've used all of them. We have used our own data and populated this. So, and security. Now, every person who's using this, what we do is we assign a user a MAC address. So we bind the username with the MAC address. So if Dory is on the system, she can only access the system through her own computer because it's bind to her MAC address. Anyone else tries to open it, you'll not even, if you open it through any other computer, you'll not be able to log in. So that kind of, like I said, it's important to have things in place to avoid issue. A stitch in time saves 9. So these things perhaps in the long run can save us, things going wrong like they happened back in the day. Any questions? Feel free to get in touch with me. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Are you interested in ever selling your internal system to agencies, or is that something that?
We are open to partnerships. We have not sold it to anyone. So his question was if we are open to selling the system to agencies. The way we have done it till now is we partner with agencies and we kind of provide an end, because see, it's just not the current system, it's evolving, and everyone who's using it kind of contributes to the growth. So we try and partner with agencies and see, yeah, we are open to different kinds of partnerships.
So when you say partnerships, you mean like white labeling it? I'm talking about like maybe having my staff use the same way your staff uses.
We can discuss that. We can discuss that. Multiple options are possible. So that's.
I'd be Jeff for 2 hours while we're playing golf.
Sorry.
So that'd be Jeff for 2 hours while we're playing golf.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Obviously, you do a lot of developing. How did you find your developers and?
So I have this blessing. So she's asking me, how did I find my developers? I live in India, and I've been born there. And everything is in-house for us.
Find me some good developers.
Sure. Anyone needs any kind of people, get in touch. I can help you out. We have a big office in India, 25,000 square foot, and we can help you, hire people for you, help you in the whole process, and just deal with your own. Like you guys, a lot of people here use VAs. So I don't want to be a part of it, but I can help you out. So yes.
Derek. Do you do app development as well?
No, we don't. No.
What was that question?
Do we do app development as well? So we don't. But again, it's just that we want to focus already. The software business which I have, I think I'm not able to focus enough. We have some big competitors there, and it's like, they're evolving fast. So I just want to focus for the next couple of years in the software business versus trying to spread more. That's why, partners is what we work with mostly.
So you gave us a lot of information on pitching customers and finding customers. That's not how you get customers for RankWatch, is it?
So how do we get customers for RankWatch? We do inbound marketing. We do AdWords. We do SEO. We rank for a lot of keywords. We have a client here who's been using us for 4 years.
Yeah, yep.
How did you find us?
It was through a comparison, best, top 10 rank tracking programs, and
So
you were mentioned
right.
as an emerging rank tracking. We must have gotten in when you
Initial days, yeah, that's almost when 2013 is when we started, so almost early days of our software.
We used to use RankWatch, and we got information from another agency that one of our old employees worked for. He's like, check out RankWatch.
Okay, so you don't use us now?
What are we using now?
I'll get you. Yeah. Yes.
Do you hire developers right out of school, or do you get experienced developers? And how much do you pay the ones right out of school or the experienced?
Sure. So do we hire developers out of school, or do we hire experienced developers? And how much do we pay them? So initially we used to hire a lot of people out of school, but lately we don't do that anymore. We try and get only experienced people because, see, it depends on at what stage you are at. If you have the money, pay for experience. If you do not, you have to train them. You have no options. So at this point of time, we really prefer getting, depending on what profile, we do a lot of, so we use Python, PHP, Hadoop, open databases, NoSQL, a lot of technology, and this is for the software. For client side also we do WordPress, Drupal. So there's so much hiring. We have a 7-people team which only does hiring, recruitments all the time. So and money varies a lot. Talking about US dollars, we would pay people. So we don't only hire in India, we hire outside as well. We have a team in the UK, we have a team in New Zealand, we have a team in Australia. And depending on the location, our biggest team is in India. And I think you want to know the costs in India versus all the other places. India, yeah. So, and we are based now, it also varies on the location. We are based out of Delhi, which is kind of like comparatively more expensive in India. So just to give you an idea, and we would pay someone out of school who's smart around $500 to $600 a month, and someone who's experienced, we might as well pay them $2,000 to $3,000 a month as well, even higher. Like some of our best programmers are really paid. In fact, some of the best programmers we have, what we pay them is almost equivalent to a good wage in say Australia or UK. India is growing as an economy at a very fast pace, and it's all about demand and supply. So like Python or web crawling, these are technologies where you do not have a lot of good talent available. So you have to pay very high price for that.
Okay.
Thank you.